YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of K-Dub Palace. I'm your host, K-Dub. This is episode 38. Today we're going to do a little recap of what's going on in the league since All-Star break. Really, yesterday was the official day back from All-Star break, with most of the games being played yesterday and then today. Besides the Wemby news that came out, we do have some more breaking news. Bobby Portis. I was going to do a reaction to this, but I don't think I am. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do a reaction to this one. I'm going to just speak about it. So, Bobby Portis has been suspended for 25 games for violating NBA's anti-drug policy after testing positive for tramadol. So basically, I think his agent came out and said, like, one of the doctors, like, I think one of the doctors gave it to him, but he thought it was a different version of tramadol, which was legal to use, but I think instead it was tramadol, which is illegal to use. And from what I'm seeing right here, tramadol is a class 4 controlled substance used to treat pain and carries a low potential for abuse. So I think it's like a pill. I think it's a pill. But they say it's banned from the league though. So that's why he got suspended for 25 games. But I think Bobby, from what the agent was saying was like, he thought he was using something else. Like he didn't realize it was that. He thought it was something else that he was using because he got it from like a doctor. It said like he unintentionally took tramadol, mistakenly thinking it was Toradol, a pain medication approved by the NBA and its players union. So basically Bobby Portis thought he was taking Toradol, but he was taking tramadol. It's unfortunate. The Bucks are at 5th seed right now. Everybody's getting back healthy. And then for this to happen, Bobby's going to miss the remainder of the regular season. He probably won't play until the first game of the playoffs, which is less than 2 months from now. So it's very unfortunate, but that's why at the trade deadline you got players like Kyle Kuzma and Kevin Porter who can kind of carry that load, especially Kyle Kuzma, who's good on the boards, who have versatility, who can shoot. He can try and defend, but but you got Kyle Kuzma, so we're expecting Kyle Kuzma to do Kyle Kuzma things and be efficient on the glass and and be that high volume shooter that he is. I still think the Bucks need shooting. I still think the Bucks need a shooting guard. I think they let go of Pat Connaughton. I don't think he's on the team anymore. If he is, he's not in the rotation. So the Bucks do need a shooting guard. I know they got Gary Trent Jr., but I think they got Torian Prince. I think Torian Prince is playing shooting guard. Nah, that's not going to work. I think he should be a backup forward to Kuzma or Giannis. You trade Chris Middleton, so that was shooting right there. Chris Middleton. I think at the trade deadline, Kuzma was a solid pickup, but I think the Bucks should try hard for getting like a Bradley Beal. I know money wise it wouldn't make sense because you got Dame, Giannis, and then Brad. I think Brook Lopez he's collecting some money too. So as far as a fit that makes sense, I think Bradley Beal would have been good on the Bucks because they don't have a shooting guard. So I think you can kind of take the load off of Dame for shooting. You can get Bradley Beal that can take some pressure off of Dame shooting off the shot. So, but that didn't happen, and now we're here. So, as far as the Bobby Portis situation, yeah, man. He's a rebounder. He's a a backup big. He plays his role. I think he's a six-man of the year candidate. I mean, he's a big part of that team. He was starting to play better. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate. I mean, moving forward, I guess be more aware and surround yourself with people who know what they're doing. Whoever issued the tramadol, knowing that it wasn't the right medication that the NBA approved of, I mean, you gotta blame whoever was giving it to him. But then again, how do we know that Bobby didn't know? He was just trying to like finesse the whole situation. We don't know. So, yeah, man. I mean, it's very unfortunate. But yeah, but as far as the Bucks, I mean, it definitely does affect them moving forward. As far as like the playoffs, I mean, you got Orlando. They're getting healthy, and they just beat the Hawks last night. I think. I don't know. I think they lost to the Hawks. Well, Orlando. Nah, they beat the Hawks last night. But you see teams like Orlando getting healthy, like the Pacers. They just beat Memphis last night. The Cavs are still winning. The Celtics are still doing them. So teams are starting to win a little bit in the East. The Pistons on a 4-game win streak. So if I'm the Bucks, I think they have to try to stay in that fifth seed and lock it up for the remainder of the season. Like you lose Bobby, okay. Dame and Giannis, now it's time for y'all to, you're going to have to bring the team on your back. You're going to have to keep the team together and stay in that fifth seed or try to get in that fourth seed or, do what you got to do to not fall out of the playoffs and, to not fall in that play-in because, I mean, like the Heat, Hawks, and Bulls and the Sixers, like, they haven't looked good, but you got teams like the Pistons and Orlando who are getting healthy and they're getting better and they're going to try and take that top 5 spot. So you got to be locked in and good to go moving forward. But, yeah, this episode was going to be too long. I mean, the Lakers won last night without Luka. The Nuggets 9-game win streak continues. Russell Westbrook back in the lineup. Like Jamal Murray had 34 points last night. Jokic had 29. LaMelo, I don't think LaMelo didn't play because of ankle management injury, so he didn't play. But yeah, on the Bucks, I mean, the Bucks beat the Clippers last night. I just said that Orlando beat the Hawks, but Trae Young and Paolo were going back and forth. I think Trae Young had like 38 points and 9 assists, and Paolo had like 36 points with like 15 rebounds, something crazy. 10 rebounds, my bad. Maybe like Franz had 25. But yeah, and then Tyrese Halliburton, they beat Memphis last night. I think Ja, he didn't even play good last night. He had 12 points. Like, Ja didn't play good last night. And, it didn't, like the Suns, man, they continue to lose games. Even they played the Spurs last night, no Wemby because of the blood clot. And they still managed to lose that game last night by 11. 120-109 Spurs. I don't know what's going on with the Suns, but man, they need to get it together. I don't know. I mean, Devin Booker has to step up because I'm looking at the Suns, bro. Royce O'Neal can't be our leading scorer. Like, Royce O'Neal had 27 points. Like, KD had 22 and Devin Booker had 17. A role player cannot have, like, a role player cannot be your best scorer. Yeah, I know that Chris Paul I think he went up in the all-time steal list, so shout out to him, but I seen him and KD get into it a couple times. I mean, like De'Aaron Fox had 26 points, nine rebounds, 7 assists. The Spurs bench went crazy yesterday. I mean, Bradley Beal had 19 off the bench with 9 rebounds, 6 assists. You know, Bobo came off the bench. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's like the lineups that they're trying to use are not working. I think at the deadline, I feel like they should have gone for Bradley Beal and brought in some players that could kind of fit around KD and D-Book, but they still think the big three is going to work, and it's not working. You know, they're on the road to not make the playoffs, and I hate to say it, but if the Suns don't make the playoffs, I need KD to request it. He's got to get out of there. Now, from what I've been told, I think there's some free agents this summer. I think Kyrie's a free agent. Is KD a free agent? I don't think KD's a free agent, but there's some free agents this summer. If KD is a free agent, I think he should leave. I think if I'm KD, I'm going to Dallas. Try to find a way to get to Dallas without, getting off of like a Clay, Kyrie, AD. I feel like if you keep them three, you add KD on that team. Now you're going to lose like PJ, probably Gafford, like money wise. But if KD can get to Dallas and play with Kyrie, again play with Clay and AD, I think he fits right in there. Now, as far as who's the best player on that team, it's going to be KD. With Kyrie being the second best player, AD being the third best player, and Clay probably like the last option. But I mean, if somebody to get KD to Dallas, or if KD can get to like an OKC or something, but I don't see him going back to OKC. If he don't go back to Golden State, he might go back to OKC. So if KD can get to like Dallas, or even like the Timberwolves or something like that, I'm throwing out teams like the Rockets. Even Houston is not bad, but he might stunt the growth of like a Amon Thompson. So I don't think that's probably not a good idea either. But I don't know, man. I don't like seeing KD lose. But we definitely gonna see what happens. But yeah, as far as the Bobby Portis thing, it's tough right now for Milwaukee, because you think everybody's getting healthy, and then this happens, another step back. But the bright side is that you still got your starting five, and then you bring in Kuzma who can help. You got Kevin Porter who brings that. Kevin Porter brings that, that toughness, that gritty. He can score. He's versatile. He can, defend when he wants. He can do the dirty work. So when you have some pieces, you got the trade deadline that can help fill that gap in. You got Gary Trent. You got young pieces there. So yeah, man, we'll see. But that's going to conclude this episode of K-Dub Palace. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host, K-Dub. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. Free Bobby. I'm going to catch y'all next episode.